that is much more likely for somebody to make him fall down than the fact that he didn't get up for Mangal Artik a few weeks. That is something rather secondary in this regard. But offending Vaishnava is not secondary whatsoever. It's a very serious thing. The sadhana is so wonderful. I mean, really getting up early in the morning, chanting rounds, being in the temple, reading the books. I mean, what a greater gift could we imagine, no? If anybody loses that because of negligence, he's really a loser. In the very moment when he loses, when he stops having sadhana, he's already a loser. Losing one Bhagavatam class, oof, what a loss. One day being an inspired association, what a loss. So, it's something very important for us to understand that sadhana is important. But the top sadhana is to do what the Guru wants us to do. Because the Guru is the personification of bhakti and Krishna's wish. So, as far as book distribution is concerned, there's many type of things which took place in the name of book distribution, which were often not even book distribution at all. So that's another question. Maybe instead of book distribution it just became business. So even business may be wished for by the Guru if there is some special project he is trying to do. But nevertheless, the book distribution in itself has a peculiar power. It's something very sattvic, very more than sattvic, Vishuddha sattva, but we may execute it rajasically. There may be some of our own passion mixed in it, and then it's not sattvic. So I've been a book distributor myself many years, so I have a personal experience of what it is to run around all day in the street and asking A, B, C, D, E, how to stop and to pay attention to what you have to say, how many smiles you have to send out to just get them to listen. And I mean, I've done that. And I must tell you, it's the most beautiful experience. And I never did that because somebody told me you have to do that, number one. I really loved it because I saw Prabhupada gave us the Sankirtan, this going out and approaching one person after the other. This is called Tridanti Bhikkhu. It's actually the begging monk. It's such a great mercy to do that. It's such an opportunity to become humble, to giving a treasure to somebody, to meeting a heart-to-heart contact with somebody out of nowhere, out of the blue. You come into their life, they're simply going to get cigarettes, and here you are in front of him and he ends up with an Ishopanishad. This unique intervention there, it is so full of mercy and gives us the chance to spend our life, specifically as brahmacharis and sannyasis, free of contracts, free of commitments with the government, free of having a boss who is just some selfish person running after the skirts of the girls in the company, free of all the restrictions made in this world. It's absolutely, you are free by the grace of Sri Guru, by your surrender to him. You are a free man. Free for surrender, free for service, free for going into the world of divine dedication. And not only that, you're meeting these people and you're inviting them to the temple, and then again you are there receiving them, you or your friend, receiving them with full attention, giving them prasadam, giving them a philosophy, and inviting them to become part of a transcendental family. Because that's what Sankirtan is all about. It's inviting people to join a spiritual family. We are not out there to get their money. This is nothing. This is meaningless side effect. We're going there to invite them to join a spiritual family, to have a connection with Srila Bhakti Vallabha Maharaj, for example, Srila Bhakti Vallabha Maharaj. People, they cannot even imagine that such people exist in the planet. And through that contact, with this invitation card, with this little book or little CD or whatever you have there, can happen right there. And it all depends on your smile and your kindness. This is such an intense spiritual thing. There is no Maya there. There's a great protection. Unless we are too overcome with passions, and there are also mistakes which can be committed out there. But this is a separate issue now. I'm talking about the principle of Sankirtan, the principle of what Prabhupada did for us when he invited us and he sent us out to go out as preachers, or with a little prasadam pack, like you give a little bit of a laddu from offered to Krishna written on it. I mean, that's already for them like they've never seen such a thing like that, no? So there's varieties. It's not a one straight thing. Some devotees have done straight books, straight this, straight that, but we have done everything. In South America, to survive, I could tell you the funniest story. One time I went to Brazil and the temple was $30,000 in debt. We were just about to be kicked out from the building, all the devotees in the street. It was a mess. The temple president, previous one, had run away, and they sent me to solve the problem. And there was not one book in the temple. There was nothing to sell. I went into a store and bought a big box of lollipops. And I told to the devotees, you go and give everybody a lollipop and says, give a donation to save our temple. So we had lollipop prasadam for 2 months. And then the temple was saved. So ever since I see a lollipop, I think of that. So, funny things, there's life, no surprises up there. But whatever happens, it's Krishna's grace. So I don't think somebody who is really like going out on Sankirtan with the right attitude at heart will be deprived of anything. I think he's the luckiest of all. But I think he will be smart enough to go at night and read the Gita and read the Bhagavatam in the morning and chant his rounds. Because he doesn't have any reason not to do that. But there are cases and cases. Sometimes the temples are very tight. Much puja to be done and very few devotees. Krishna knows everything. He knows everyone's heart and he knows what we deserve. And if we are trying to please the Guru, he's definitely going to help us to get deeper understanding and we'll be protected. I don't think that the process practiced, even with faults, but sincerely, will ever harm you. I think what harms us is when we don't practice it appropriately with some ulterior motives. Then the things start becoming brittle. But even then Krishna will come and try to save us. I mean, how many people have done many mistakes many times and still Krishna tried to get them out of it? I've seen specifically Srila Maharaj and also others distribute mercy to people, to my vision, just they didn't deserve it anymore. But Krishna's vision was different than mine. Anything else? Yes, Satpuj.
So my realization, I was years on Sankirtan. We are living in a Sankirtan when 3 people together, sleeping there, cooking there, distributing books, and then weekend, Saturday, and the end of the week we were in a temple, books in, and then Sunday, Monday, we also going back. But the most important thing is, what I realized is that it depends with